Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well. This is Radhika here again, and this video is going to be about how to deal with the final discard and devaluation. When you have become completely empowered, or you have healed enough, and now you are ready to kind of stand up to the narcissistic person in your life, or stand up to the narcissistic group in your life. um, that's when the discard and the devaluation phase begins. Now that they or the narcissistic person has completely lost their hold over you. They know that now you are not scared of a consequence, or you are not acting from a place of fear, but you're acting from a place of empowerment. They obviously don't like it at all. And what they start at this stage is like they start the process of the final discard. They don't only discard, or discard is a bad term, but actually that's what they are trying to do. So they are trying to show you that now that you are empowered, and now that they cannot kind of bully you anymore, they will show like, oh, you don't even matter to me now. So they will kind of take that line of thought, or maybe not line of thought, but that's what they will show to you, that now you don't even matter to us, or to me. And they don't just discard you, they also devalue you. They will kind of make you feel like you did not matter to them at all in their life, and they will try to make you feel like, oh, why do you think that we even thought about you so much? We are sorry to disappoint you, but you don't even matter so much to us, something like that. So it's like a very childish thing of, like if two childish people are in love with each other and say, they have a breakup, and then it's like the childish girlfriend will say that, okay, I'm dumping you, and then the childish boyfriend will say that, no, because I dump you first. It's a very egoic kind of a childish way of doing something, because now they know that what they are trying to do, which is to bully you or to manipulate you, or whatever the narcissistic person or the narcissistic clan was trying to get out of you, that energy, they are not getting that anymore. And along with discarding, they also kind of devalue. So the devaluing part is their last attempt to kind of take away your sense of self-worth. Okay, so they will say things like, oh, you were not that important anyways. And when you call them out on things like, that you guys were gossiping about me, or talking about me, or doing character assault or something like that, they will say that we have so many better things to do than to talk about you. And so it's another attempt to kind of hide what they were doing, and another attempt to again show you that you are of no value. So it's again abuse, but they obviously won't own up to it. So I mean, in my case, like when this phase happened, or it's happening right now, the stand that the narcissistic clan in my life is taking is that, oh, you were not a part of the equation anymore anyways. And now all that matters to us is my son. So they are trying to devalue me, and they are trying to now show that the only important thing that you have provided to us is your son. So basically that's how they operate. It's a very use and throw kind of a mechanism, that okay, now that all the use is done, now we will just throw you away. So that's basically how they do it in the end, once they know that now they can't get anything more out of you. So if you are in that phase, it will obviously hurt to hear such sentences. You don't want to hear that about you, that you don't matter, or you're not important, and things like that. So it's just a lesson that you have to realize that it's their ego that is doing this, and their ego is trying to win in a situation where they are not winning. They are not winning, but the ego is still not their ego is still not giving up this fight. And so even when they are going down, they are trying to give you the last punch, which is kind of like, you don't matter, this and that. So just even though it is hurtful what they are saying, you try to kind of detach yourself and look at it from a point of view of clarity. Why are they doing this? So they are doing this because, again, it's their last attempt basically to make you feel bad. And they are trying to save face for themselves, because now that you have exposed all of their behaviors, their ego cannot take it. So their ego is trying anything and everything to make you feel bad, so that the ego again has some false sense of winning in this situation. So yeah, try to identify this as, in Buddhism they call it Lokavidu. Lokavidu means seeing the world with clarity. So see it for what it is. Try not to have a very emotional reaction to it, because by now, if you have been in this journey for a long time, you must have realized that uh, it's like unhealthy to have any expectation from the narcissistic person or people in your life to show any kind of empathy. So even after you have been so vulnerable and kind of told them everything that you have gone through while they were doing what they were doing, they still won't have any empathy, not even in the end of it, because people don't change in a day. And I don't know if they will ever change. I hope to God that he gives them, he or she, or the entity of God or universe gives them some clarity in life, some light in life. I hope they have that lightning moment where they realize what has happened. And maybe, like, a lot of times this happens when the same thing is happening to them and someone else is doing it. That's the time, a lot of times, when a person will realize that, oh, that's what happened to that person, and I was the flying monkey that time, or I was a narcissistic person that time. So things like this happen, and that's all we can kind of hope for. So yeah, depending on how attached you were to the narcissistic person or to the narcissistic clan, how much hope you had put on them to change, you will feel hurt in different ways. It's a degree. It's the more trust you had, or the more hope you had in the narcissistic kind of owning up to what they did, or your own mental state, you will feel the hurt differently. So I would say, like, if you're going through this, just grieve it out in any way that you see good for you. Like, you can cry if you want to, you can shout, you can yell, you can run, whatever feels good to you, whatever you feel like is the right way for you to release this emotion of pain. You can use that. But at the end of it all, after your grieving has been done, after you have kind of made peace with all of this, just realize that you should probably congratulate yourself, because you are now out of the cycle, and you entered this cycle not knowing about narcissism, not knowing things like flying monkeys, NPD, gaslighting, projection, all of these terms and technique, terms and what they stand for. And you have, over the period of time of this journey, learned about so many new things, and you have also exited this journey as an empowered empath who stood up for their own boundaries, their own safety, their own self-respect, their own sense of worth, their own belief that I need to be treated in a certain way, and I will, if someone is not doing it, I will make sure that I let that person know that you have to treat me like this, otherwise we are not going to have a relationship anymore. So if you guys have done that, I would say that's the best way to exit out of this cycle. And just congratulations, because this cycle is now done. So yeah, that was this video. I hope you like it, and I hope it helps you in some way. And if you have any comments, you can please write them down below the video, and please do like, share and subscribe these videos and this channel. And as always, I wish you all a lot of love and a lot of light. Thank you. Bye.